Hi everyone, my name's Ema and welcome back to my channel. So I am filming a week-long reading vlog where I just am really focusing on taking down my physical book TBR. I have been buying so many books lately and I just need to read them, and I'm currently on a book buying ban, and my goal is to read like basically all of my physical TBR before I can buy another book. Maybe I might break that, I probably will, but for now that's my plan. Also, it's extremely hot if you're wondering. My AC is still broken and I had to turn off the fan for this video. So this is going to be a very, very long week of me vlogging and having to turn off my fan every time I need to say something. But I just finished filming my book haul and now my floor and shelves are a mess. So I thought I'd show you me organizing them and you can watch, and if you want, I know some people really enjoy those and it's satisfying. Also, I'm very sorry for the lighting. The lighting is literally inside my wall right now, and like that makes no sense whatsoever. But I have really bad lighting in my room because like it's like a circular light into the wall, and so it's very dark, but sorry. Anyways, so I'm gonna film me doing this. Hi, Princey. Princey, come here. Hi. Prince, he's going crazy. It's too hot for all. Ow! Ow! It's too hot for that. I'm filming a video. Prince, calm down. Calm down. You're gonna overheat. Relax.
Get paper towel.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, now it's extremely hot in here. Ew. I think my dog just, what the heck? Ew. My book is drenched. I think it's with his slobber. Ew. So, he's still underneath my bed, but we're just gonna have to deal. I'm taking off all of my, let me sit properly so you can see it. Maybe that's better. I'm currently taking off all my books because it's just a mess and I need to organize them. Oh my gosh. Shh. All right, anyways. So let's do this. Basically, since new adult romance is literally the most books that I have and my favorite books, I think I'm gonna put all my new adults over here on the top shelf. That will definitely take up all the room, but you know what? Great. This is just starting off lovely. Okay, well, he's gonna be here breathing very loudly and stepping and damaging all over my books, so that's great. I'm putting all my new adult series here. We have this is Amo Jones. I think I'm missing a book even. I am. That's the book that he slobbered all over. So I'm putting all my Amo Jones here. Prince. Okay, no, we're not doing that. Then I'm putting my two LJ Shens that I own next to her. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about my life while I have you here. I've been extremely stressed out like the rest of the world because I'm supposed to be going to college literally next month. August 17th is like when classes, or I think is move-in day. So that's going on, and my college is not being transparent at all of what is going on. Basically, I got my schedule, but I didn't get my housing assignment, and I already have like a roommate and everything, and my roommate got her housing assignment, but guess what? She isn't roomed with me. So we've been trying to figure out that situation. It's because the reason why she wasn't placed with me is because I literally waited so long to do my, I waited so long to sign up for orientation. And in order to get a housing assignment, you have to sign up for orientation. I didn't know that because I've been distracted with my traveling, and I waited so long to do that. And so one day she texted me and was like, hey, we got the dorm we want. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? That's so exciting. And she's like, I was like, wait, I didn't get an email. And she's like, just check your email. And then I was like, okay, let me check my email again. So I did, and literally I didn't get an email. So I'm like, no, sorry, I didn't get an email. And then she's like, let me check again and make sure your name is on here. And it literally, she texted me freaking out saying like, you're not roomed with me, da da da. And we literally freaked out and started calling and emailing everybody. And they told me it's because I didn't sign up for orientation in time. And so we're still trying to fix that right now. Anyways, that's like the least of my worries right now, because I am going to school in Virginia, which is out of state for me. I'm going to school in Virginia, which is out of state for me. Now, I got like my schedule, and all my classes say taught online. And obviously that's not good, because my mom doesn't want to pay for housing if I'm going to be doing online, you know? And so it doesn't really make sense for her to pay for housing either. So I'm kind of freaked the F out, because I do not know what to do. And I literally just want to cry. And she's in like she's in a parents group chat for my college, and they're literally all like stressed out about it, absolutely not saying anything about housing and classes and what's gonna happen. So also, look how bad that I literally was a maniac. I got this like my freshman year, and I decided to rip off the back of the cover. And so yeah, we both don't know what to do. My mom, at the same time during all this, like I'm supposed to get my immunization shots and getting myself situated for college, and I'm freaking out because I don't know what to do. I'm supposed to send in a picture for my college ID, and it's just like a shit show, a literal shit show right now. And I just really don't like the situation that I'm in. This guy is so rude. At this point, I'm like, do I even want to go to college, because it isn't worth it. My mom would be paying for housing. For back up for me to be in my dorm the whole time. And like, I want the full college experience, you know? And I just wouldn't get that. So I'm like, do I even, like, she kind of wants me to go to the community college by my house. And honestly, I'm not that opposed to it. I mean, I want that to be the last possible option, because I do not want to spend so much money. But like, I really do want to go to college and experience everything, you know? And she wants that for me. She wants me to have the full college experience, but it's like, it's not worth it. My mom, like, college is expensive. Like, my college is very, very expensive, and it just wouldn't be worth it. And it sucks, but like, I think that's just gonna have to be the reality of the situation. So yeah, I'm kind of annoyed and stressed out because my school isn't giving me transparency, and they're not telling me what is going on and what's up. So now I'm like stressed out, trying to get everything worked out, trying to do everything I need to do before college, literally in a month. And my mom just doesn't want to pay for me to have online classes. So, I mean, yes, college is more things than just school, but would I even get those opportunities to like go to parties and do clubs, like join a sorority, whichever you want to do? I don't know. So that's what I'm really trying to figure out. I just finished doing my bookshelves, and I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what I did. So sorry again for the bad lighting, but here I have all my new adult romances. This will usually be tucked in back here, but I pulled out to show you guys. I have this romantic suspense novel, Dark Lover, and then 2 other books in the Black Dagger Brothers series. And then down here back here is my fantasy thrillers. Oh, these 2 need to switch. Look how bad it is. I don't want to talk about how psychotic I was basically freshman year. But yes, okay, so I have fantasy thrillers, and then we have young adult, and then 2 poetry books. And up here I have my historical romances, And then also, you know what? I'm an idiot. I'm so dumb. I've been trying to figure out where to put this because this isn't like the typical size of a mass market paperback. But I just realized I have 4 mass market paperbacks right here. So why not just have all of my mass markets down here, this one up here like that, and then I can also fit another book. So I hate having to do this, but literally it's what it is. Maybe, you know what, I'm gonna actually move this around because then these are gonna have to stick out like that, and I hate that. So I'm gonna put my thrillers down here and then my young adult over here. So now my my young adults are here, my fantasy is here, and then all these are my thrillers, and then I have 2 poetry books, or yeah, they're both poetry, Milk and Honey and The Sun and Her Flowers. And now I have all my mass market paperbacks up here. These are all historicals. This is romantic suspense, and these are paranormal romances, which are about to fall. These 2 books that, okay, my carpet is literally stained, sorry. These are my mom's books, except for this one. I had to read this for school, so I kind of want to give these back to her just to make room on my shelf, and then I'll get rid of this because I don't want this. But for now, I can fit one of them in up here in this corner, and I don't know which one to keep. I had to also read this for school. These are both technically school books, and then this is my mom's book. This little art of not giving a F. You know what, maybe I can fit this Tim O'Brien book in here too. Okay guys, so I put the flash on so you can see better, but I'm trying to decide which books I want to read for this vlog. Here I picked out Crave, and I was so excited to read this. First of all, why is it so like zoomed out? I was so excited to read this, but then I found out this is YA, and I'm really not in the mood to read a YA novel, although this does seem very angsty, but I don't know if I want to read it yet. Also, look how bad my bookshelves are. Also, I don't know why it looks so weird with flash on while I record, but anyways, I haven't read any of these books except for these 4 down there, but up from More Than Words, I haven't read any of those, so I'm trying to figure out which I want to read. And then down here, I think I'm just gonna stick to some romance for this video. Let's see, I don't know, I kind of want to read You Deserve Each Other, and I do want to I'm like so indecisive. I hate being a Libra, and yes, I am blaming my personality traits on that. Finally, I am so indecisive that I literally had to just do a finger like this, and whatever I landed on, I was gonna plan to read. So I landed on Ecstasy. I don't know much about this book. I was apparently, since I see 3 students at Cabin U, I'm assuming it's a college romance. I'm gonna try it, and then after that, I most likely will read Crave. So yeah. Do you guys ever feel incredibly overwhelmed by all the books that you want to read? Because same. Y'all, I just read the first chapter of this, and I'm the first person to say I love a toxic romance in books, but this might be too oh hell no, this book may be too much for me, like way too much for me. This shit is wild. Like, this is toxic on another level. I have never read, literally I just read chapter 1, and I don't know if I can continue reading this because this is scary. Oh my gosh. Like, and drugs are, like, whoa, I feel like I just went like on a whirlwind, and I like, what the hell? Like, I want to keep reading it and see what happens, but honestly, I'm not even interested. Like, there's no way a romance can come out. This is about 3 people, as you can see. There's no way she can end up with either of them after what just happened. Guys, I don't know if I'm gonna read this. I really want to. Maybe it'll get better, but like, I mean, it was good. Like, I was hooked. Like, I read it literally so fast, but I was like shocked. Like, this is very very, very, very toxic. This is toxic on another level. Like, oh my gosh. I don't know. This is so bad. This is so bad. Like, it's good, but it's bad. It's so bad. Anyways, I don't know. I'll see. Oh gosh, it's crazy. It is wild. One chapter in. Anyways, let me keep reading this. I don't even know. I'm going to talk super fast because I don't want this video to be incredibly long, but I just went on Goodreads to make sure I was even reading a romance, and yes, I am reading a dark romance, and I read a review, and this girl was like, it took her longer to read because she had to stop so many times for her own sanity, and literally, that is me right now. I need a mental break because this is crazy, but she kept going to say that Eli, who is that she feels for Eli and she sees him, and I'm like, why do you see Eli? Like, he's literally terrible. And then she said like Alex had some major growth, so I'm like, oh, thank gosh. But I just realized I never really told you guys what it is about. It's basically about these three people. This is Zara. I don't know who these other two guys are, but one of them is Eli and the other one is Alex. And Zara and Alex have been in a very toxic relationship for the past 6 months, and Eli is Alex's roommate. They live together on campus in a house, and that's basically where I am at in the story. They're all seniors in high school, I'm pretty sure, and the way that the synopsis describes it is Zara has a substance problem, Eli is a star athlete with a secret, and Alex is just a effing a-hole. Now, yeah, so that's basically what it's about. Toxic relationship, and a roommate with a secret, and it's very good, very wild. I don't know who she's gonna end up with at this point because, let me just tell you, they are both trash at the part that I'm at. So yeah, I'm gonna get some Doritos and I will keep reading this. Literally, it has like a 4-point something rating, and I'm just thinking, how? I know somebody had to have a problem with this. I know somebody did. Okay guys, I am now almost at 100 pages, and I'm so glad I continued. I'm really, really enjoying it. This reminds me so much of Euphoria, and Euphoria is one of my favorite shows, so this is literally perfection. It's like a mix of all the characters into one. So Zara, who is the main girl in this book, she reminds me so much of Rue, but she also reminds me of Maddie, because Maddie is in a very toxic relationship in Euphoria with Nate, which brings me to my next thing. Alex is definitely like Nate. He's very toxic, and he's a football player, and they're just so much alike. And then Zara, actually, her drug dealer, whose name is Jax, reminds me so much of Fesco from Euphoria, obviously. And he cares, and Jax cares for Zara so much, just like Fesco cares for Rue. So I'm really, really enjoying it. I started tabbing. So the green is for toxic. I also did like a little key here. The green tab is for like toxic things because they're low-key interesting, can't even lie. Purple is for Zara and Eli, who is the other boy in this. Eli doesn't really remind me of anyone yet, but I think he will soon once more of his character comes out. And then orange is for Zara and Jax, and it's like platonic, like he's her drug dealer and he really cares for her. So I wanted to tab those moments. And then we have pink for Zara and Alex, and Alex is like her ex-boyfriend right now, kind of. I don't know, it's very interesting. I am loving it. And I'm probably not going to update you guys until I'm like at least halfway done with the book. I really want to finish this like before the sun comes up. I think it's like 12 something right now. So yeah, I am planning to finish this and I'm loving it so far. Guys, I'm a wreck. I have like 60 pages left, and I have been reading it all night. I'm crying. Oh my god. This is so freaking good. Oh my god. Hey guys, it is 7:30 in the morning. I just stayed up all night and morning to finish this book, and I have no words at all. I have no words. This is so far my favorite read of 2020. It was so good. I can't even like put into words how good this book was. It was just so good. I literally can't even like, what do I even say? Like, oh my gosh, it was so good. This is my favorite book. Like, look how much I annotated. Actually, it doesn't look like that much, but like, my gosh, I am so in love with this book, and I just want to go and read KV Rose's backlist and just literally read every one of her stories because it was just so good. I can't even explain it. Okay, so it's basically like a love triangle, but not really. And you know what? I've never read a dark romance like this. I've never read a dark romance like that. Like this. Usually when I read a dark romance, it isn't really the relationship that's dark, it's everything around them that's dark. And with this, the relationships in this were extremely, extremely, extremely dark and toxic and crazy and wild. But it was amazing, and it turned out to be such a beautiful, psychotic love story, and I'm just so obsessed with this. Please read this book. Oh my gosh, I can't even stop. I can't even like talk about how much I love this book. It was so good. Please read it. It's like a love triangle. There are trigger warnings for, there's literally every trigger warning you can think of. It is most likely in this book. Trigger warnings for substance abuse, trigger warnings for rape, self-harm, suicide. Is there a trigger warning for like murder? There's some murder in this. It was so good, guys. Please read this book and tell me your opinions, and let me know if you've read this book because I need to talk about it with somebody who has read it. Oh my gosh, guys, it was so good. I literally want to reread this, and I know I'm just gonna have a major book hangover, and I probably won't want to read another book. So I'm obsessed. I'm gonna go write my Goodreads review right now for it, and yeah, guys, I'm on a book high. This took me on a trip, no pun intended, but I literally don't know what to do with myself. I'm not tired. I'm like hyped up because I just love this book so much, and I low-key want to read another book, but I'm like, I low-key don't give this the time that it needs to really soak in, and I want to give it respect. I feel so disrespectful to just pick up another book right away, but I low-key do, and I'm not tired, and I just want to keep reading and try to find more amazing books because it was so good, guys. Oh, my favorite book like ever. Oh my gosh, so good. So it is a few hours later. I have yet to sleep. I'm not tired, and I decided to start reading Crave by Tracy Wolff. I only read a page. That's why a bookmark is in here. I don't know why I put a bookmark in there for literally one page. I love Ecstasy, but I want to keep the momentum going and continue reading. I'm probably not going to sleep at all today until later tonight. So yeah, I'm going to read this for a little bit in between the break, if you were wondering. I ate breakfast. I was watching some TikToks. I watched an episode of Outlander. I'm on episode 5 now of Outlander. I'm loving it. I really want to get the series. And then I started watching a little bit of Real Housewives of New York. So yeah, now I'm gonna read. I'm super excited to dive into this, and I will just update you guys when I update you. I literally don't know. I don't want to update every second, but it should be very good. So yeah. Hey guys, so I just got back from hanging out with my friends, and in 15 minutes is the Romance Booktubers read live with people, And I'm super excited. So I'm deciding to start Crave then and just really like get a good step into the book. I think I forgot how long it lasts. I believe it's, you read for, I actually have no idea. I'm literally blanking. I love watching people read. I think it's so satisfying for some reason. So I'm very excited to just chill and read a good book and listen to them talk about their books. So yeah. Hi everyone. I came into the bathroom once again because my room has the fan on and I just need a quiet place. So the live show ended a little bit ago and I got a good 3 chapters in and I'm not loving it. It's very cliche, very already like just in your face. Like it's just kind of a lot for me right now. So I might pick this up another time. I don't know. I'm gonna read like a few more chapters and see if I get into it more. It is a cool premise though. So it's not really like Twilight at all really. So this girl, her parents just died, and these aren't spoilers because it literally happens in chapter 1. But her parents died and she has to go live with her uncle at a boarding school, and her uncle is actually the headmaster of that boarding school. And so she's rooming with her cousin in the boarding school, and that's as far as I've got. She's already had an encounter with a guy, and it's just so cliche. I really can't. So I might not. So yeah, I'm gonna read a little bit more and then make my final decision. But right now it's just not doing it for me. It's too cliche, I just am not feeling it. Too cliche for me, guys. I don't know. Literally, it's their first encounter and they already have something going on between them. I'm like, man, can I just ever have a normal paced romance, paranormal, just once, just ever? It's weird, honestly. I already feel sparks in a connection. Girl, you just met him. And then he has the nerve to say, I don't understand you. Well, why would you? You've been talking for 2 minutes approximately. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna read one more chapter and see. Okay, guys, it is the next day. It's almost midnight. So it's about to be Thursday, but I decided to update you guys on what I've been reading, and I also got some things in the mail, so I thought I'd give you a little haul. So all of yesterday, or technically today, Wednesday, because it's still Wednesday. So I finished Crave. It was actually, when I was reading it, at first I was like, this is very cliche, but I ended up really, really, really enjoying it. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. You can see my full review there. It actually wasn't like a full review, but it was like just my feelings on it, but I'll just touch on that quickly. I ended up really, really enjoying it. And like, I've been done with this for like a lot of hours now, probably like 6 hours. And I just keep thinking about it. Like, I miss it. Like, I want to read about it again. I think the book is coming out the second book is coming out very soon, but basically I'm going to give you guys a quick synopsis. This is basically about this girl, and her parents just died, so she moved to Alaska to live with her uncle and her cousin at this elite boarding school. Her uncle is the headmaster at that boarding school, and her cousin just like attends it. And as soon as she gets there, she notices like things aren't right, something seems off, and she finds out a lot of stuff. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. I think this might be even better than Twilight. And I think it's super cool because this includes dragons, which I have never read a story about dragons. So I think that's very cool that they added that in there, and witches as well. So yes, I really, really enjoyed it. I love the whole boarding school vibes. And there were tons and tons of pop culture references. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. I kind of want to give it 4.5. I want to like edit my review to say that this is actually a 4.5 rating. It just wasn't 5 stars for me, but it was really good. And then after I finished that, I started Welcome to the Dark Side. I want to read this badly because it just sounds so good. I'm gonna give you guys a quick synopsis of it. I am only on chapter 1, so I don't know why I put a bookmark in here, but I did. But it's basically about, actually, do I even know what it's about? Kind of, like faintly. It's like about this girl who got into an accident, and Zeus, who is the president of a MC club, MC club actually saves her, and apparently like he goes to jail, and they decide to write each other in jail. Also, the heroine is 7 years old at this point. Yeah, there's a major age gap. I don't think he has any romantic relations with her until she's of age, so don't worry about that. But right now she meets him at 7 years old, and I think they're going to develop their relationship through letters while he's in jail, so I'm super excited to read about that. And sorry, my camera died. Now I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that I got in the mail today. Number one, I got One to Watch. This is, I actually don't know much about this. It's about this girl who is a plus size influencer, and she decides, people ask, and then this producing company kind of asked her to be the main character of the show called Main Squeeze, I believe. And it's like The Bachelor. It's like The Bachelorette, where a girl is dating a bunch of guys. So it should be very interesting. That's the extent of my knowledge on this book. I love The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise. I love that whole franchise so much. So I know that's controversial, but I really enjoy it. So yes, I got this book. I'm also buddy reading this with a friend of mine on BookTube. Her name is Haley. I'm gonna link her channel down below so you guys can check her out. But we're reading 100 pages every day of this book. So yes, starting today, because it's now 12. So yeah, I'm super excited to get into this and discuss it with her. It should be very good. And last thing I got were these rings. You're probably wondering, what are these? And it's not really bookish, so I don't know why I'm showing you this, but I thought they were kind of cool. These are basically called like sensory rings, and it's like a bunch of tiny wires like woven together, and you just roll it like up and down your finger, and it's very good for people who have anxiety. It like hits like apparently pressure points in your finger and kind of takes your mind off what's making you anxious. And I've been using it today because I've been extremely anxious, and I can say it works. Like it does take your mind off of stuff because it feels so weird. So I'm not like a professional person, but it just works for me, so I thought I'd share it. I know a lot of people struggle with anxiety, and I've been hella anxious recently. I got this on Amazon for like this pack full of them for I don't know, like $6, and it's pretty cool, so I thought I'd share that. Anyways, I am one chapter into Welcome to the Dark Side, so I'm gonna read this tonight. It's already 12, and I think I'm gonna stop vlogging on Friday. So yeah, so far I'm so happy with everything that I've read though. I loved Ecstasy so much. You guys saw that book literally wrecked me, and I really enjoyed Crave. Now this is gonna be a trilogy, so I'm super excited to continue with it. I hope it ends up good. But I really am liking everything that I'm reading so far. So, and I know I'd like this for sure. It's everything that I love. Age gap, love. That's really it. I don't really like MC romance books that much. I've only read one. I read the first one in this series and I didn't like it, but I think I'd really enjoy this because already I'm like, ooh. So yeah, I'm gonna read this. It's gonna get like, I'm kind of want to turn off the lights because my eyes are hurting, so I'm gonna probably read it on my Kindle. So I don't know why I bought this. I'm probably gonna read it on my Kindle app on my phone. And yeah, so I will update you guys tomorrow, tell you guys where I'm at with that, and probably take you along on my day. I'm not really doing much, still in quarantine, so yeah. Okay guys, it is now 11 o'clock on Friday night. I have done a horrible job vlogging. Sorry, I just haven't been doing anything interesting. But next week I should be doing lots of interesting things. So for the reading rush vlog, I will probably be vlogging more of my life and not just like updates on my reading. But I finished Welcome to the Dark Side. I ended up giving this 4 stars. I did really enjoy this. This is my bookmark because I stopped reading it in physical form. But I did really enjoy it, and I think the romance was extremely cute. And I did give it 4 stars. For some parts, I started to get very bored and uninterested. I think the thing with MC romances is that like MC stuff don't interest me, like the business side of all of it. it just doesn't interest me. So I started to get really bored and just uninterested. But I think Lou and Zeus are the cutest, and I think their story was just so adorable with her writing him letters and him writing her letters and just everything that went into their relationship. I do wish it got a little bit more dragged out and it wasn't so fast. He held off for a little bit, and then like literally they started to be together, which I didn't really like. I wish it dragged out more and there was more like longing, and I love the chase, and there wasn't much chase in here. So I did really enjoy it. I give it 4 stars. And yeah, that is everything. I'm going to read 100 pages of When to Watch because Haley just DM'd me and told me that she was 100 pages in, and I literally was like, oh crap. So I'm gonna read that. But that wraps up this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun. These past recent reads were so good. Ecstasy, please read Ecstasy. Crave, please read Crave. They were just so good, and this was okay too. Like, it was good. I don't know, but yes, I'm so happy with everything that I read this past week. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.